My name's Jeb Corliss. I'm a professional adventurer. I dive with sharks, I base jump, and I fly wingsuits. When I was a little kid, I was driving in a car with my aunt. And I remember sitting in the back seat, and I remember looking up and seeing birds standing on a telephone pole. And I remember watching the birds step off the telephone pole and start to fly. And I remember telling her, you know, when I get older, I'm going to do that. And she kind of looked at me and she's like, well, Jeb, when you get older, you're going to start to realize that that's just physically not possible. And I remember looking at her and thinking, well, maybe not for you. From the age of 7 to 19, I was extremely suicidal. When I first saw base jumping, it really was perfect for one very specific reason. If I lived, I did something amazing that no one else on this planet would be willing to do. If I died, then it released me from my suffering on this planet. I felt very different, I felt very strange, and I felt like an outcast. I had no hope. I had no desires. I didn't care. When I started base jumping, I started realizing there's beauty too. Through my search for death, I found my life.
King's on the throne and I'm all alone and the fire grows and I'm all alone and the fire grows.
It was one of my scariest base jumps ever. I stepped off, did my double reverse, landed, the security guard came up to me and she's just like, sir, you know, don't run away. And I just put my arms around her. I'm just like, I'm okay, I'm alive, I'm alive. I'm just hugging her and she's just like, yes, yes, you're alive and you're going to jail. And I'm just like, I don't care. I go out in the world and I chase my dreams and I do what I can to try to make those dreams a reality. That is basically what my life is trying to turn dreams into realities. And your dreams don't have to be jumping off of buildings. Your dreams can be anything. They can be if you love fixing cars, or you love dancing, or you love singing, or you love anything. It can be anything. That's what I think is really important in a person's life, is to push through that fear, learn to control that fear, you learn to harness that fear. But don't ever forget that that fear is an important part of your life. You need to keep the fear, but don't ever allow that fear to hinder you or stop you from living your dreams, because that's really what life is all about anyways. You know, it's about trying to turn your dreams into realities and to live your passions. And if you're very, very fortunate, you know, if you're very, very lucky, you will look inside yourself and find that thing, that passion, that dream, that something.
Look at the sky, the sun won't ask what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lights that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, 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 the world that they right.
I was so close. Oh, I can't breathe. I'm like lining up on it. I'm like, I'm gonna get close, And all of a sudden I start powering into it. And I'm like, oh, literally for a split second, I'm like, oh, I'm too close. I scared myself so much, you have no idea how scared I was. I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be this close. I get over it, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm like, this feeling of relief as I came over, I was like, yes. You know, when you dream about something, you have all these preconceived ideas of what it's going to be, how, you know, and you think, wow, this is going to be really cool, you know? I hope that it will live up to my expectations. And then you do it, and you're like, holy crap, that was so much cooler than I thought it was going to be. That's the absolute best proxy flying I've ever done in my life, without question. I basically was aiming for some balloons, and they're about 6 feet high. But on this one, my friend Joby jumped first, and when he flew over them, he blew the balloons with his air, and one of them flew lower and got hooked on rocks. And from where I was standing, I saw the 2 sets of balloons, and I decided to go for the lower one because I thought it'd be more challenging. I was stepping over what I should have been doing, and it basically spanked me, and I'm very happy that I was able to make a mistake so massive and be able to recover from it. Because usually when you make a mistake like that, I mean, if you had told me before that happened that you could survive, I would say it's impossible to die, for sure. And in my mind, when I impacted, my brain was 100% sure I was dead. Everything slows down. Your brain starts processing so fast, and all of a sudden, the other part of my brain is like, you pull now or you die. Right. And the other part of my brain that's kind of doing the argument was like, good thing you like pain, go for it. You know, let's see if we can survive. And what it taught me is it taught me that, you know what, no matter how bad you think it is, never give up. Because guess what, it may not be as bad as you thought it was.
Was there ever a moment when you thought, I may never jump again?
Everyone in life has to figure out a reason. Why are they here? What's their purpose? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you eat food? Why do you drink water? Why do you exist? And for me, my purpose is flying. The whole reason I'm going through rehab and recovering is so that I can continue to fly. That's the single most important thing in my life. So after the accident, of course you have these thoughts like, is this really worth it? But in the end, of course it is. I mean, it's everything to me. It's why I'm here.